This film highlights a Fortune 500 company and its dirty dealings under the table. I've always found it odd how people say these companies are too big to fail, but when it comes to comic book movies, they never complete their evil plan and basically fail all the time. Now for one of the board members of this organization, there's this business guy dude. Business guy dude used to work with the main character's father before he tragically had an accident later revealed to be a horrible homicide. We get this information at the beginning where the bad guy's making a speech. Surprisingly, the crowd cheers and no one's aware of his extracurricular activities. Look, if you get to know me, I'm a pretty nice guy. I mean, I got values and stuff. See, I don't always judge people, but when I do, I prefer to look at your computer first and view your browser history. With that being said, it's pretty obvious this dude is up to no good. The main character doesn't notice anything suspicious though, and in fact, the main guy gives up all the top secret information that the bad guy needs in order to complete his evil plan. Immediately after the podium speech part, the CEO of the evil company is approached by this hot reporter. Hey lady, you dropped something. What? Your self-respect? You don't go throwing those body parts around like that and expect to keep it. And the CEO spends a majority of the interview staring at her no-no spots. We later find out that the bad businessman isn't working alone. There's these people from out of town who want to kill the hero. Side note, I don't know where this trend started, but the continent of Asia gets a bad rep in a majority of these cinematic universes. Apparently everybody from that continent is a terrorist, thief, or killer. My son's Dennis is from there, and the only thing that guy kills is germs. But boom. Now for our heroes. Superhero origin begins when a scientist, may he rest in peace, does this procedure that arguably saves the hero or heroes' lives and also prevents Paramount Pictures from any future overdraft fees, as this event will spin off at least 2 more sequels. After that, these dudes kidnap the guy with the most lines in the film. As a viewer, you never really believe that there's any real danger, especially if you've seen The Dark Knight Rises. You never blindfold someone you later intend to kill. I mean, who's he or she gonna reveal your secret hideout to then? Biggie Smalls? I'm so sorry. Too soon? I don't fanboy out for armor, weapons, or explosions. What I'm more impressed by is how these guys managed to get a respectable Wi-Fi signal so deep underground. That's it. I'm switching to Verizon tomorrow. After finding out something weird's going on, there's really no one the main character could go to at this point. He or she tries to warn a room full of reporters, but they laugh and this black guy calls him or her crazy. Those be fighting words in the cinematic universe, and the main guy makes a face like he or she is about 14 seconds away from using the N-word. Well, somebody has to do something, so the rat one destroys his own property and then suits up to get his vigilante on. He heads up to the mountains to fight some vehicles, and when he arrives, for the first time ever in movie history, the bad guys have perfect aim. But it still sucks because the hero is bulletproof. Cut to the bad guy's master plan. So the bad guys all like, give me some of your insights. And the good guys are all like, no, please don't. But there's nothing they could really do because the bad guy slips them a futuristic date rape weapon that paralyzes them, so they have to go with it or whatever. No worries, as later on in the garage, they're able to get a 5-hour energy like boost and get a majority of their strength back. It might be too late though, as the bad guy heads back to the headquarter building with his metal suit, but it's so obvious we're about to get this epic showdown between good and evil. I cannot freaking wait. So the chick breaks into the R&D department, right? Wait, why is she even here? Is this one of those? It is one of those movies where the director blew through a CGI budget in the second act, so now we have to spend the rest of the money on this battle that takes place on the roof. Then the villain starts monologuing while the hero's hanging on by a thread for their dear lives, and patiently wait for the secondary human character to use a far less expensive technique to destroy the villain and save the day right before the bad guy plunges to his doom. But you know what? I can't even hate on her or the writing staff for having her save the day. You can't expect a hero to eat pizza all day and still muster enough energy to get the job done by himself at the end of a movie. When it's all over, despite all the mixed signals the chick was sending that one guy, he flirts with her and she rudely gives him the cold shoulder. We'll see if he's that nice when it comes to saving her life next time the sequels come around. Those are 24 reasons these movies are the same. You agree? Yes, no, maybe so? Next time. Couch Tomato. Leo and his team grabs their shells and raise hell in next week's adventure in a manner you've never seen before, except you totally have. The recycled plot points are hard to limit to 24 reasons, so we found more. Will this guy continue to pile up unexcused absences for leg day? Will any of the African American characters be invited back for the sequel? And is anybody really sure that these things are loaded? Find out this and more on the new episode of Couch Tomato. P.S. Just click the ebony fellow with the question mark for part 2 of the Ninja Saga.